Hello and welcome to Returning to the Basics. I'm Megan Tennell and I will be guiding you through your yoga practice today. As we evolve with our bodies, our mind, and our full-on awareness, we begin to get into some really cool, fun, funky things, realize new stuff that the body is capable of doing. And while it's fun to continue moving forward, we need to allow ourselves to take a step back, revisit the postures that got us to where we are today in our practice, and notice how much more we can discover about our body while practicing our original postures. So today I will be cueing different things that don't normally get cued in the yoga poses. Sometimes I won't, but I challenge you to try to identify something new about your body. If you usually notice your quads, draw your attention to your core. Focus on the shoulders, maybe the jaw. Layer on something that doesn't get the attention it deserves. You will not be needing any props today, so have a seat nice and tall on top of your mat. Take a big breath in and open mouth sigh. Draw your attention to your breath. Imagine your torso is 3 separate layers of a cake: bottom, middle, and top. As you inhale, fill the whole bottom layer, mid layer, and top layer. Exhale from the top down. Where do you notice your breath? Where is the sensation the strongest? And redirect your attention to somewhere else on your body. Follow the breath there. Maybe the sides, maybe the back, maybe your nose. Take in one more big inhale. An open mouth sigh. Gently come forward onto your hands and knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and knees underneath your hips. Widen the palms, and I invite you to really draw your attention to the thumbs. Invite equal pressure with the pinkies and push down into the tops of the feet. Notice how that engages the core and flattens the back a little bit more. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, tuck and round. We do this in almost every class. 3 more, so find something new. Maybe focus on pulling the shoulders out of the ears as you lengthen. And maybe draw the pelvis to the chin. Inhale, lengthening the body. Find a sensation you may not have noticed before and hold on to it. Once more, heart forward. And exhale, tuck and round. Find a neutral spine. Soften the chest. Let it come between the shoulders, but not caving down into it. Keep a long neck radiating from the shoulders. Draw the belly up and in, and notice your tailbone. This is it, tipped to the spine. This is it, rounded. Find a neutral space, nice and flat, as if you can put a teacup on top of it. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Widen your knees, bring your toes together, and push back into child's pose. What do you normally notice about this posture? Is it the widening of the sit bones, the lengthening of the inner thighs, or maybe the stretch in the armpits? Find something new. Was something I listed one of those things you may have never noticed before? Just because it's basic doesn't mean it's boring. It doesn't mean it will be easy. It is exactly what you need it to be. Taking a deep breath and let it go. Inhale, look between your hands with your head and your heart. Lift your hips away from your feet. Tuck in your toes. And exhale, push up and back into downward dog. Even though downward dog is a resting pose, this is one of the most complex postures because of all the things that go into it to accomplish a neutral spine. For now, let's focus on the hands. Widen the palms, widen the fingers. Turn the thumbs slightly forward so your pinkies reach to 3 and 9-ish o'clock. Feel that, allow the shoulder blades to wrap around the chest. And press the tailbone up toward the sky. We should feel the sensation of the mat trying to slide forward away from the body, and maybe imagine being able to lift the heels of the palms off of the earth. This will protect your wrists. The knees can be bent, the heels can be lifted off the floor. Invite a little tick-tock of the hips from side to side, maybe bending one knee at a time more deeply than the other. Inhale, look between your hands with your head and your heart. Exhale, bend your knees. And step forward on empty. Inhale, halfway lift, hands can be on the thighs, knees can be bent, rolling the shoulders down and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reaching the arms up, heart forward, hips back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and open mouth sigh. Stand nice and tall. Let your chin lower ever so slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. Let the shoulders soften. Stack the knees above the ankles. Hips above the knees. Shoulders above the hips. Notice any sensation within your body. It can be whatever speaks the loudest, or it can be something that may not have been noticed before. Memorize it. You will be called to this sensation, to this part of your body throughout your practice. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Squeeze the thighs, draw the belly in. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders back, looking at the floor. Exhale, step back into plank. Inhale, pause, drawing the belly up and in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, heart forward, shoulders back, lengthen the neck. Exhale, release. Tuck in your toes. And exhale, push up and back into downward dog. Start with the hands, palms wide, shoulder blades wrapped around the chest, activating the inner and outer arms by pushing into the thumbs, and tip the tailbone to the sky. Imagine that flexing and lengthening sensation from cat-cow today. The knees can be bent, the heels can be off of the floor, but imagine the heels could touch the earth by lengthening the legs, heels moving downward. It is not about straight legs, but a neutral spine. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step back into plank. Draw the belly up and in. Next exhale, lower down. Cobra. Release. Tuck in your toes and push up and back into downward dog. Focus on lengthening the spine, tipping the tail to the sky. Be mindful of any sensation you feel within this posture. What speaks the loudest? Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Lower the back knee down, flatten the toes, and hold here for a couple of breaths. Allow yourself to become soft in the hips. We're not trying to push ourselves forward or to the earth. We're just simply allowing gravity to do the work for us. Notice how by releasing tension, by letting go of any expectation, you can go deeper. You can rest your belly on the thighs. Allow the heart to also be at ease, softening the shoulders, but avoid caving and surrendering completely. Maybe open the chest, find that length in the neck. As you inhale, slide back, straightening the front leg, round the spine, tuck in your chin, much like cat-cow. Exhale, lunge forward, return to that heaviness. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more. Stack the knee on top of the ankle. Press your left hand into the floor. And inhale, reach the right arm high, twisting belly towards your thigh. Twist to your degree. We want to invite the shoulders to be stacked as if we're pressed up against a wall, but even if you are here, that is entirely okay. Invite opening, however possible. Exhale, handcuff your arm behind your back or lay it on top of your side body. Big breath through the shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. And inhale, left arm high. Again, if your degree is here, that's entirely okay. Keep the shoulders long and imagine them reaching as far upwards and away from each other as possible. Exhale, handcuff. Big breath, pull the shoulder away from the neck. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down. Both hands are now on the inside of the right foot. Maybe give yourself a little bit more space, teeter-tottering the foot to the outside of the mat, allowing room for the shoulders. If you have blocks or a chair at home, something to lift your heart higher away from the floor, that is also an option if having your hands on the earth is a little too much for you. If you would like to go deeper, you may come down onto your forearms, but keep this heavy. Do not force your hips to the earth. And take a moment to check in with every part of the body. Is the heart caving in? Lengthen it. Press it away from the earth. How do the hamstrings feel? The quads, the palms. There is so much going on inside your body. It is not just your left hip. This is what this practice is for. The most basic way to practice yoga, no matter what class you attend, no matter what style you do, yoga, it's very basic, is focused attention. Tuck in the back toes and lift the back knee off of the floor. Teeter-totter your right foot away to make space and step back into plank when you are ready. Take a big breath in. Exhale straight back to downward dog, engaging the core to make it happen. Big breath in and let it go. How did it feel? Did you even notice? One more with focused attention. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Flatten the toes. And pause. Lengthen the neck. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. Allow yourself to become heavy in the body without completely surrendering. When I am silent, when the body is not moving, it is time intended for you to focus on your body. Don't worry about what comes after class. You have dedicated yourself to 50 minutes of self-care. Be present here. You worked hard for it. As you inhale, slide back. Exhale, lunge forward and return to that heaviness in the hips, softness in the upper body. Inhale, slide back, round the spine, tuck the chin, lengthening the neck. Exhale, lunge. One more. Press the right hand into the floor and inhale, left arm high to your degree. Does not need to be a flat chest up against an invisible wall. Your center can be shifted. Just make every effort to pull away from your center. Exhale, handcuff your arm behind your back. Pull the shoulder down and away. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down on the inside of your foot. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, handcuff. Take a deep breath in. Softening side, let those hips go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Make room for the shoulders, teeter-tottering your left foot outward. Readjust. Allow the wrists to be underneath the shoulders and find that heaviness in the body once again. Notice how this side feels different. There may be more or less tension, more or less energy. Decide for yourself what you would like to do. Grab a prop, stay where you are, or go lower. Tuck in the back toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Teeter-totter the left foot. And step back into plank. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, push up and back into downward dog. Take some time here to tick-tock those hips from side to side once again. What was that sensation you noticed last time? Was it tight hamstrings? Maybe sweaty palms? It's entirely okay. Just return to it and notice how it may be different. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. And wheel the arms, lift the chest, coming up into Warrior Two. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat, legs straight, front knee bent on top of the ankle. Most common yoga pose. Pretty much when you think of yoga, you think of this pose. A lot of things we don't really notice about ourselves is that the knee often tries to come inward. This is misalignment. Press the knee toward the back edge of the mat, behind your sit bones, and try to see your big toe. Another one is, even in my body, I shift my shoulders forward. Shift them back. Try to get each shoulder stacked above its own hip. Shoulders soft, but not limp. Is your quad burning yet? Inhale. Reach the front arm high and back arm low, maintaining that alignment in the thighs, the ankles, the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, Warrior Two. Try to shift those shoulders back. Energy in the front leg, back leg supporting. One more. Inhale, reach. Fold. Reach. Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Place your back hand on your back hip. Notice its flatness or maybe a little bit of a concave nature. Or if you're gifted in the hip region, then yes, you have a little bit more there to caress. But we want it relatively flat from hip bone to ankle. What often happens when I cue individuals to reach forward, take a good look at my hip here. This is what happens. We deepen the hip crease in the front and shift or pop and lock the back hip out. Keep your back hand on this hip. Keep it flat. Keep this hip bone, your front hip, engaged and strong. It will deepen as you reach forward, but keep the back hip flat as best you can as you place your right hand on your shin bone. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, handcuff the left arm behind your back, maybe finding the right thigh. Big breath, shoulder pulling away from the ear. And let it go. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, turn the back hip forward, lifting the back heel off of the floor. Hips are squared with the front of the mat. coming into crescent. This is not about lunging forward and low. Find strength in that front quad, lifting the hips, engage the glutes, lifting the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows and open your heart to the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward, reaching past the toes, belly on the thighs. Inhale, pop the left foot off of the floor, straightening the right leg. Flex both feet, imagining they are both on the floor, left heel radiating up to the sky, and drop that left hip. Prevent it opening. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, step the feet together and fold on empty. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Take a moment to check in with that sensation. Is it the same? Has it moved? Is it the body part has adjusted in some way? I had chosen my hips, and now one hip feels longer than the other. Just notice and see how it changes throughout your practice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And step back into plank. Big breath in. Exhale, downward dog, pressing the hips up and back. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between the hands. And wheel up into warrior two. Back foot parallel, back leg straight, front knee bent over the ankle, and you can always teeter-totter the back foot forward to make that more accessible. Have eye contact on your big toe, pressing the knee away from center. Reach the arms up and out. Soften the shoulders, but still alive with energy. What is your focus? Hold on to it. Inhale, reach. Fold. Reach. Warrior two. Once more, big breath in. Fold. Reach overhead. Warrior two. Back hand on the hip. Notice its shape. Try to keep it there. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach forward. Avoid that popping. Keep the hips in place. As you hinge forward, the lengthening comes from the side body, placing your hand on your shin. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, handcuff your arm behind your back. Maybe find the thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, lift the arms. Back heel off the floor, squaring your hips with the front of the mat. Again, energy moving upwards and away. Another inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach. open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, reaching past the toes. Inhale, float the right leg up and back. Both legs straight, feet flexed. Drop the right hip. Take a nice big inhale, opening the heart to the floor. Exhale, step your feet together and fold on empty. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Take that moment to check in. Was it the sensation that has changed? The body part that has changed? Just notice. Again, focused attention is the most basic need of your yoga practice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And step back to your hands and knees. Tuck in the toes and walk your hands back to your body, placing your sit bones on the heels. If this is where you get with your hands still on the earth, that's entirely okay. This is quite a sensation to put through the feet. But if it is available to you, walk your hands up onto the thighs, stacking the shoulders above the hips. Notice the heat and energy developing in the feet as you soften and release the upper body. Shift your heels outward ever so slightly to apply equal pressure from pinky to big toe. If this hurts your ankles, you can hit pause and grab a blanket to roll it underneath the space here for the ankles to have support. If it hurts the knees, you can either lay the blanket underneath the knees or roll it up like a log and put it between the calf and hamstrings. Or grab a hold of a block, place it under your tailbone to support the weight of your upper body. Notice your breath. Notice your heart. The shins, toes, ankles, knees, quads may all be trying to pull the focus within the body. If you are experiencing pain or severe discomfort greater than some tension, please go into child's pose. But allow your attention to remain on the breath or softness wherever you can find it. One more deep breath in. And let it go. Gently bring your hands back to the earth. Flatten the feet. And notice how they feel different. Are they hot? Does the air around them feel colder? Are they tingling? Are they tired? Now slide the feet back towards the knees, curling the toes onto the floor. So we've gone from this sensation to this now here. They're curled backwards. Be mindful. You know, if you haven't done this in yoga class, you've probably never done this before. But this is great reflexology for the feet. It promotes blood flow throughout the body. And even though you may feel like you're in stress right now, it'll help relieve stress in the body. So do not try to go straight to the shoulders being stacked above the hips. Very slowly and mindfully, begin to work your weight backward. And if you end here with me, that's entirely okay. Widen the your heels again, so that way the pinkies get some action just like the big toes. It's okay that even though this feels difficult, it's okay if the body is getting hot. Just focus on your breath and whatever is soft in the body. 2 more big breaths. Lead with the hands to walk yourself out of it. Get the weight out of those feet. Let them flatten. Maybe tap them on the floor. Wiggle them, flutter them, whatever you like to do. Shift both feet to one side and come onto your sit bones. Bring your legs around in front of you and come into Baddha Konasana, bound ankle or cobbler pose. Soles of the feet together, knees bent. And use your hands to give yourself a nice little massage. Rub out those feet. They are the unsung heroes for every yoga class, everyday activities. They get you from point A to point B. They support the weight. If you have tension in the feet, that can lead to back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. They are often the most uncared for when compared to how much effort they put into the body. So let's take some time to give them that much needed TLC. If you've been focusing on one foot, start giving the other one some attention. And you can keep loving on the next foot to give it equal time. But I invite you to start to fold forward and become heavy in the shoulders. Let the head be heavy as well, rounding the entire spine. And send your breath high into the upper back. Whenever you're ready to release your hands, maybe turn them up to the sky and go deeper into this posture. Don't force anything. Just let it be. Follow the breath. Follow the movement. Again, when we are still and quiet, it is up to you to be focusing your attention on your body. Notice where there may be tension and let it go. Are you holding your head? Release it. Are you squeezing your glutes? Release it. Inhale. Use your hands to walk your shoulders back above the hips. Take your time. Maybe allow it to take more than one breath if you choose. Walk your hands behind your sit bones, fingers facing the front edge of the mat. Bend the elbows, engage the core, and bring your knees together, flattening your feet onto the floor. Again, bending the elbows, giving yourself space between the chest and the thighs. Bring your right ankle on top of your left knee, flex the foot, and then straighten the arms. Lift the heart up to the sky. Press your knee away from your body. If this is a little too much, being active everywhere throughout the body, soften the shoulders. Do this to your degree, or maybe even play around with the movement. If you have suffered from any shoulder, neck, or elbow injuries, having the fingers face the top of the mat can be a little strenuous, so you are welcome to adjust your hands however you need for more comfort, but for optimal alignment, we want to encourage the fingers to be pointing forward. On our next inhale, squeeze the glutes, engage the core, and press the hips up to the sky. Flat body if possible. And exhale, lower the hips, arms remain straight. 2 more with the breath. Inhale, press, open the chest, maybe let the throat go and look behind you. And lower. 1 more, we're refocusing on the glutes. I know the arms get pretty loud. Squeeze the center of your body. And exhale, lower. Uncross the right leg. Bend the elbows. Actually, pause on that. Allow your chest to be supported by the hips. Pull the belly high. Release the hands. And let them wiggle out just a little bit. That can be quite tiresome for the hands. Press the hands into the floor. Bend the elbows. Left ankle on the right knee. Foot flexed. Be mindful this side will feel different. Press the knee away from the chest. Lengthen the arms, pushing the heart forward. Maybe here is quite enough. Hello, glute muscles. Or soften just a little bit. You are in control. Inhale, lift. And lower. 2 more with the breath. Inhale, press, engage the core, squeeze the glutes, and lower down. Bend the elbows. Release the left leg to the floor. Come down onto your elbows. Give yourself that opportunity to roll out the wrists. Draw the belly up and in ever so slightly. Keep the body active. Extend 1 leg at a time onto the floor with the toes turned up to the sky. And then gently recline all the way down onto your mat. Turn the palms up to the sky like the letter T, wrists parallel to the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. And open mouth sigh. Gently float the right leg into a tabletop position. And exhale. Roll over toward your left side. Keep the right shoulder on the earth as best as you can. This isn't about getting your knee as far away as you can. You want the low back to be completely free of any and all sensation. It is expected to feel tension in the hips, the upper ribs, and the collarbone region. Try to find it there by adjusting, shifting the right hip forward and backward, maybe even lengthening, pushing the right foot away from the body. And you can even experience this sensation just by simply crossing your legs and shifting your weight over to the left ever so slightly. This isn't about going deep. This is about finding something that usually goes unnoticed. Soften your neck and jaw and allow your tongue to rest behind your teeth. On your next inhale, unwind the body. Either keep the leg active or just roll over. Float the left leg into the air. And exhale, roll over toward the right. This side will feel different. Maybe the leg does want to go a little further, get a little heavier. Be free of any and all sensation in the low back. If you feel tension, roll the left hip back, lengthen the leg. Find any micro movement or adjustment that allows the opening and rotation to be within the upper body. Take in 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, return to center, pressing the soles of your feet into the earth, knees bent. Press your low back into the earth, drawing the belly up and in. Bring the knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your shins, giving yourself a hug. Check in with your spine. Invite every square inch from the tip of your tailbone to in between the shoulder blades, pressed into the earth. No rounding. A nice flat back. If getting your knees into your chest causes the tailbone to float off of the earth, then hold on with your hands. If you would like to go deeper, I invite you to explore happy baby pose, widening the knees into the armpits, float the heels up to the sky, and hold on to the outer edges of your feet. This is mandatory. If you hold on to the toes or the inside of your foot, this rounds the shoulders inward and closes the chest. With the palms open to the sky, holding onto the outer edges of the feet opens the heart completely for proper alignment. It is okay if the tailbone begins to lift off of the floor. Just invite the energy within the belly to press it down, even if it goes nowhere. Open the chest, Soften the neck and jaw. When you feel complete, gently lower your heels into your pelvis. Release the hands and lengthen your legs onto the mat. Maybe allow the heels to press onto the outer corners so the toes can turn outward, creating a broadening through the tops of the hips. And turn your palms facing up to the sky, allowing the arms to create the same shape and angle as the legs. Pick any physical sensation within the body. Allow yourself to remain focused on that sensation. If another thought creeps into your mind, say thank you, and then return your attention to that one sensation. Begin to deepen your breath. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly roll over to your preferred side and pause there for a moment. Leave your head heavy as you push your hands into the floor and come up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands folded in towards your heart center and bow your chin in towards your chest. Take a moment to reflect on today's practice. And allow yourself the sweet little reminder that everything that has happened is enough. You are enough. Please join me for one final inhale. An open mouth sigh. And thank you so much for watching. From my heart to yours, namaste.